Okay, so welcome back to part 3 of Form 3 Biology, Unit 12. So this part we'll talk about the food period first. For food period, it means that all types of food substance should be taken in the right amount and also in the right portion. So on the very top will be oil, and the middle part will be the meat, and then followed will be vegetables, and at the bottom will be carbohydrates like bread or rice. Why we have such recommendation is mainly based on the energy value. So you can see that in here there's carbohydrates, lipid, and protein. And obviously, lipid can provide the largest amount of energy with the same unit of mass. So that's why if we eat a lot of oiled food or fried food, we easily catch up in weight. As for the numbers here, you need not to remember it very accurately. However, it gives an impression that lipids is approximately 2 times of the energy contained in the carbohydrates with the same mass. The next part we will talk about the food label, and we come across with food label in our daily life. So what we are comparing is comparing by serving and also by per 100 gram. So remember, usually by per 100 gram is the way that we do because it will normalize different serving, like the large package or small package. As for the energy requirements, mainly there will be 3 factors affecting it: age, sex, and activity levels. For age, usually the young people will require more energy because they are in the active growth age. And for sex, male are usually requiring a higher energy level because of the male will need more energy to maintain their muscles. The next part we'll move to the health problem related to diets. If we have an imbalance of energy like overeating or undereating, there will be problems. For overeating, we will suffer from obesity or fat and also high blood pressure and a risk of cardiovascular disease. If we don't eat enough, then we will be thin and weak and we will suffer from various sickness. And for the imbalance of food substance, if we don't have enough protein, then we will suffer from cholesterol. And then for calcium, there will be rickets, iron, anemia, iodine, and gout. While for vitamin A, if we don't have enough, we have night blindness, C, scurvy, D, rickets, dietary fibers, and we will suffer from constipation. If you would like to know more about nutrition, you may go to返學Dse chapter 6, and you will also have the Chinese version of it. The next part we will talk about the type of disease. For the type of disease, there will be generally 2 types. First one will be infectious disease and another one will be non-infectious disease. Example for infectious disease will be COVID-19, while for non-infectious disease will be cancer. And remember, there are always format to study, that is the cause, transmission, and also prevention. So let's talk about infectious disease first. So for the cause, usually will be microorganisms like cholera and also malaria. Another common cause will be virus like COVID-19 and influenza. And there are various modes of transmission like droplets, wounds, bites, direct contact, or through contaminated food or water. In order to prevent infectious disease, so we have to maintain a good personal and environmental hygiene. Like social distancing can prevent COVID-19, wearing face masks can also prevent COVID-19, handling food properly can prevent cholera, while do not share personal items will prevent other infectious disease. And also, in order to prevent infectious disease, we can use our vaccinations. Vaccinations will train our white blood cell, so when the same germ come to the body later on, the body can fight against it quickly and effectively. As for non-infectious disease, we will know 4 of them, that is cardiovascular disease, lung cancer, colorectal cancer, and diabetes. For the format, it will be definition and also the risk factor, because usually there will be a number of factors causing the particular disease, so we call them risk factors. For cardiovascular disease, it is the narrowing of blood vessels, which means that low or no oxygen will be supplied to heart or brain. If no oxygen to the heart, then you may suffer from heart attack, while if no oxygen to the brain, you may suffer from stroke. As for cardiovascular disease, the risk factor consists of family history, obesity, hypertension, and unhealthy lifestyle. So here comes the lung cancer. Lung cancer is the uncontrolled cell growth in lungs, so the risk factor will be family history and smoking, because the tar inside the cigarette it's carcinogenic. And for colorectal cancer is the uncontrolled cell growth in the colon and the rectum, and the risk factor will be family history and diet and lifestyle. Generally, for cancers, here the risk factors can be categorized as chemicals, radiation and virus, aging, and genetic factors. As for chemical, we group all of them into this name, carcinogens. Next, we have diabetes. Diabetes means that the blood glucose level becomes too high. So the risk factor is family history, obesity, hypertension, and a lack of physical activities. And as we are talking about diabetes, usually we will also talk about insulin. So what is the role of insulin? Insulin is produced in the pancreas to reduce the blood glucose level. We will have diabetes when the cells are not sensitive to insulin, or our body simply does not produce any insulin. Biotechnology is also closely related to health. It is used in food production like the genetically modified food, GM food. We change the genetic materials of the living thing. And also, biotech is also used in drug production, like the production of insulin, and it is used in testing genetic disease, like using the PCR. And it is also used to identify infectious microorganisms and viruses, like the COVID-19. So if you would like to know more nutrition and also disease, you may go to返學Dse chapter 22, chapter 23, and also chapter 27. There will be also Chinese version of it available in the YouTube. So this will be the end of Unit 12. So I hope to see you guys soon in the real返學Dse. Bye bye.